I really don't have hardly any time at all. In fact, I have no time. But I need to make this video. It's 100% a part of discipline, and I am going to make it regardless of whether or not I have the time or whether or not I feel like it. If I don't do it now, then these thoughts aren't going to be as fresh a little bit later, right? It's not going to be the same video. And so I want this to be 100% real. I'm going to keep it quick, and I'm going to make sure that you guys get the value you came for. What sparked this idea was exactly 1 year ago tomorrow, I quit social media. I quit social media for a lot of things. It was actually in pursuit of a better life. It was in pursuit of becoming the greatest version of myself. You see, I felt pretty lost at that time. I felt like I didn't have a lot of control in my life. I felt like I was falling into too many temptations and I wasn't really progressing in any sense or way. And that hurts, especially as a man, when you know that there's so much more responsibility, that you have to prepare yourself while you're young so that when you get married and you have children, you can actually fulfill your role as a man. But it's so much harder in this day and age. So it's like the people who don't get disciplined earlier on fall behind and they lose the opportunity of actually doing what God needs them to do. And of course, everything works out the way it's supposed to work out for a reason and all of that, but we have to do whatever we can on our side. Things aren't just going to happen for us. But when I quit social media, it was an empowering experience. And as cringy as it is to say, I really felt like I was more powerful than everybody else. I felt like I was on top of the world. Like people would be showing me memes and I'd be like, why are you showing me this? Like, why are you showing me this degenerative content? And actually things like that started to register to me a lot quicker because I had quit social media. It was this like almost spiritual commitment that I had made to become the best version of myself, that I actually was really, really bothered by things like memes and like just wasteful things. And I'm not saying that it's the best thing. Like really, honestly, that was one of the downfalls, was because you really shouldn't become like this. You really shouldn't become numb to things like that. You want to be open and fun about everything, you know? I mean, it's so important to actually like enjoy life. But that's exactly how I was, at least for the first little bit. But then the next really big thing was I got so much more done. I achieved more than I've ever achieved my entire life within that year of me quitting social media. It's almost unbelievable to think about. The YouTube channel, I started it right when I quit social media. I started it, I got to work on it, and I was putting so much effort into it. I really expected it to become this great thing. And honestly, it's at a place now that I never thought I would be at. And I have to remind myself all the time to be grateful, because I forget that I wasn't expecting as much, right? I wasn't expecting this to happen so soon. It was within the course of 3 months that I got to 3,000 subscribers. And of course, things slowed down and I got, a little bit too mundane with my actions. I wasn't doing things with purpose, and I think that actually took a toll on my channel for a while. But I learned a lot and I got a lot done, and I built something I never thought I could. And I guess like the blanket thing that I learned above all things was that quitting social media wasn't necessary to build discipline. It wasn't necessary at all. Did I learn to be more disciplined when I got back on social media? Absolutely. When I'm on social media, I'm there with a purpose. I'm only there for business. I never waste time on social media anymore. But that's when I actually really learned. When I quit social media, that's when I learned that what I really needed wasn't just to like quit things and whatnot. It was that I just needed to be more disciplined. And the first step to that was commitment. And that's kind of what quitting social media was to me, was I was becoming committed to becoming a better version of me. And I had to write this thought down as I was thinking about this, because I think it had a lot of power at the time. I don't know, maybe I was off in my thinking, but I really want you guys to hear this. And what I said was, commitment initiates discipline by providing the motivation and determination to consistently adhere to the set of actions or goals, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. And I really think that that's like the whole entire base of it all, is that you need to be committed. Until one is committed, there's always going to be hesitation. You're always going to have cold feet. That's why most people quit, is because they aren't fully committed when they start. Right? You don't just go on a journey and only halfway pack your bags, right? Like if you're going to go on a journey, you're not planning on going back, right? If you're trying to go on this adventure to get this like to this greater destination, think of every single movie, every single video game. like, you're leaving everything behind. You're not planning on going back. You're going because there's something greater in the distance. The focal point isn't your home anymore. It's something greater. It's something greater than what's here, right? And if I didn't have that commitment, see, like when I quit social media, I made a post that day saying, "Hey, everybody, I'm not going to be on here. I'm going off to pursue greater things." And sure enough, that was enough to keep me off of social media, because what was I supposed to do? Come back in like a few weeks and be like, "Oh, never mind, guys." In fact, the original idea was that I was only going to quit for 3 months. And I'll show you a screenshot of that. The last Snapchat I posted on my story. Me being like, "Oh, last snap for 3 more months, at least." See, it's funny because by the 3-month mark, I realized, crap, I haven't done jack squat. And that realization right there, just like something just snapped, something just switched to me. That's actually, that 3-month mark, after I'd quit social media, was actually when I got committed to YouTube. Started the YouTube channel right when I quit social media, and I got really committed 3 months after. That's when my journey of discipline became a bigger thing. And actually through that process of of actually having a YouTube channel, I learned a lot more things about discipline. I had the practices of going to the gym, which is a discipline builder. I had the practices of posting every single day, which was a discipline builder. And at a point, I was posting 7 shorts a day. If that doesn't build discipline, I don't know what does. And every time I felt like I needed to quit, which was many times and fairly recently, I wanted to quit. I realized I couldn't, because I've already committed so much. I've already put so much skin in the game. What was I supposed to do? Get back to social media to tell my friends and my family that I was a failure? So no, it wasn't 3 months. It was a whole entire year. And then by that year mark, I realized that I had something to prove. If you want to be disciplined, you have to wake up in the morning and say, "Do it now." Get out of bed. Do it now. Go to the gym. Do it now. Every time you receive a thought in your mind, you have to tell yourself and repeat it repetitiously, "Do it now, do it now, do it now." There is no later. For me to say, "Hey, I'm going to do it later," it's no different than saying, "I'm never going to start," or "I'm never going to do it at all." If you want to become this monster, this beast, this dreamy hero in your life, if you want to embark on the greatest journey of your entire life, you need to practice discipline. A lot of people think about discipline, it's like, oh, you're breaking your bones, you're breaking your inner self, and in a sense, you really are killing your old self, right? And that's kind of what discipline is, but you really need to think of it like this. It's not about destroying what you are, it's about becoming more, developing thicker skin. I would say that discipline is the greatest form of self-love that has ever existed. I don't have much more time, and I really want to continue. If you guys want to see more on this topic, I am happy. I've got notes and notes and notes for days. If you want to hear more, watch more videos, I've got plenty just like this. My whole goal is to help you guys find fulfillment on the right side of the internet. My name is Gabriel Bowman, and I'll see you in the next video.